Hey gang, back with another video for you today, and even though I mentioned we weren't dropping any more ScentClub Kit number 4, we are going to be dropping more kits. We've had juice left over, and I was planning on dropping 25 more kits after we sold out of 375 kits. But turns out we have even more juice and we're going to drop even more kits. So I'm going to talk to you about dropping a few more kits here from ScentClub Kit number 4, and then also talk to you about what to look forward with kit number 5. And we are now shipping internationally. I'm going to tell you what countries we're shipping to, not with a priority price, because we did that with a few countries. And all of this good stuff I'm going to talk to you about today. So if you're curious to learn about all of this, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian. Yeah, today we're talking about ScentClub Kit number 4. We sold out of 375, and I did mention in my past videos that we weren't going to drop any more, but in the back of my mind I was going to say, you know what, we're going to drop about 25 more because I wanted to do 400 kits, but the fulfillment company actually filled up a lot of more bottles with juice because we've had a lot more left over with this particular delivery of the juice for the kits. So we're going to be dropping more than 25 more kits now. They're selling now, the store is turned on and you can go and buy it. But the cool thing is we are now selling internationally, and we can ship internationally without the priority fees that we had set up for a few international countries. We had UK, we had Australia and Canada, I believe, and we were charging just for priority just because of theft and things like that, or loss. So they would be insured, because international shipping I'm not too familiar with, but the fulfillment company that's doing the ScentClub kits is you know, experience with shipping internationally, and basically they said it's a cinch. We do it all the time, and so now we're shipping internationally as well. But I'm gonna flash a photo of the different countries, but you can see we've got Australia, Austria, you know, Germany, France, a lot of EU you know, countries, and then we have some Asian countries as well. So and a few, maybe 1 or 2 Middle Eastern countries as well. So there's a lot more options now, since you guys could be a follower of my channel from somewhere outside of the USA or a few of the countries we were shipping to. But now you can have access to buying the ScentClub kits shipped to your country. So I know we had a lot of problems with the kit, with the drop of kit number 4. It was kind of yeah, the problems were because we were fulfilling the kits, and then we, you know, transferred it over to the fulfillment company, and they had all these issues getting this thing going. But I think everything is pretty set. We are doing some updates to the kit as well. We're going back to the EVA holders for the bottles. So hopefully by kit number 5, the holders that we had for the past kits are, you know, attached to kit number 5. And kit number 5 should be dropping at the end of this month, so look forward to that. But I'm excited actually where we're going with the kits. I think there were some growing pains, as I said. I'm also transferring the kits over to the fulfillment company, but I think by kit number 5 everything should be back to normal. And I think also we're going to do some additional updates, so you guys should look forward to that as well with these kits. There's definitely a number 5 coming out at the end of this month, April, and then 2 months after that we'll be dropping kit number 6, and then 2 months after that will be kit number 7. And we also have something, a bit of a surprise coming as well between, I think, between kit number 5 and 6, or it could be between kit number 6 and 7, something that we're going to do something completely different than what these ScentClub kits are. So stay tuned for that. But let me talk to you just a little bit about the fragrances themselves. But before I get to the fragrances, every time I do one of these videos, you guys ask me what the kits are all about. So basically 3 fragrances, 3 favorite fragrances of mine are filled into bottles like this, and so they're 5 milliliter bottles, and they're 3 unisex fragrances from niche houses, smaller niche houses. You're not going to find Xerjoff, you're not going to find Amouage, Frederic Malle, and things like that. Those are widely available, so you can get those pretty easily, and we're I'm specifically focusing on smaller brands and not so widely distributed brands, but fragrances that I really enjoy. The fragrances that go into these kits are fragrances that I really enjoy and wear, not fragrances that a brand comes to me and says, please feature me in my kit. I don't do that actually, so that's something for a future kit idea or plan. But for me, the way that the kits work are only fragrances that I talk about on the channel, because I talk a lot about certain fragrances, and some of you live in places that you don't have access to fragrances, and I felt like this is the best way for you to, you know, experience some of the fragrances that I'm, you know, always speaking about. So we've done 3 kits with a previous design, and we were fulfilling those kits. Now we have the new design that a fulfillment company is fulfilling for us. And again, as I said, we had some issues starting this one up. I think everything should be fixed now. They've been, you know, fulfilling some of the scraggler kits that we had, and we haven't had any complaints or anything like that. So by kit number 5, everything should be back to normal, and I'm hoping by kit number 5 we will have the EVAs, and the EVAs were the holders for the bottles that we used for kits 1 to 3. So if you don't remember that, now you know that we're potentially going to go back to using that. We wanted to make it all recyclable, so we're looking around. So stay tuned for kit number 5. Let's talk about kit number 4 a bit. So the 3 fragrances that are in kit number 4 are MAITRE Parfumeur Gantier's Ambre PRECIEUX. We've got NUIT NOMADE Jardin de MISFAH, and then finally the 3rd fragrance is Thomas de Monaco's Raw Gold. The way that the fragrances are featured in the kits, I've actually done them in a way where the oldest brand gets the 1st spot, the 2nd oldest brand gets the 2nd spot, and the 3rd oldest brand gets the 3rd spot. But Ambre PRECIEUX is a fragrance I speak about a lot on the channel. I've been speaking about them forever. In fact, I bought my first bottle when they had red bottles and a bit more cheap looking bottles back in 2012. So go figure, 11 years later I'm featuring Ambre PRECIEUX in a kit of mine, a ScentClub kit. I was very grateful that they, you know, went along with wanting to be featured here. So this is probably one of the best amber fragrances. It's very balsamic, it's very resinous, also very spicy and aromatic, and it features amber, myrrh, lavender, Tolu balsam, vanilla, Peru balsam, nutmeg. It's a very intense fragrance, and I think it's a perfect fragrance for winter wear. And it's one of my all-time favorites. So again, as I said, I'm very grateful that we were able to feature Ambre PRECIEUX in the ScentClub kit. And then NUIT NOMADE Jardin de MISFAH is a more recent favorite fragrance of mine. I actually bought this for the first time from ZGO Perfumery, although I discovered the brand at Jovoy back in 2019. I didn't buy anything then, but I did fall in love with Jardin de MISFAH, and then, you know, we had COVID and no access to fragrances, but in 2021, I went to ZGO and I bought my first bottle, and I've been wearing it and really loving this one. It's kind of an amber, but it's very almondy. It's also got dates and lots of rose, and there's a creamy quality about it. There's also a leathery touch about it because it's got saffron, and it's got a very Middle Eastern vibe. It's sweet and delicious, lightly gourmand, but very rosy, a bit tart. There's a tartness in here, and this one actually is perfect in the heat. I like the heat. It opens up and blooms the fragrance up and just smells fantastic. So that's the 2nd fragrance in kit number 4. And then finally, a more recent discovery. It's I discovered it last year, probably about a year ago when I did my review for Raw Gold. It's Thomas de Monaco's Raw Gold, and this is another fragrance I'm so grateful to have been able to feature here in ScentClub kit number 4. Really lovely fragrance, really intense. It's a bit animalic, so you got to be into those kind of fragrances. If you're new into the niche world of fragrances, it might be a bit challenging for you, but it's super fantastic. There's lots of patchouli here. There's a honeyed Opoponax touch here. There's a bit of booziness. A lot of you guys say that's really boozy. For me, it's not about the booze, this one. I don't know why. I think the patchouli and the honey stands out, and it kind of covers up the booziness, but some noses pick up certain notes notes more than others depending on how sensitive you are to certain things. But for me, this is a fantastic fragrance. It also features, of course, a bit of leather. There's a bit of a lipsticky vibe, and then of course a coffee as well. Fantastic fragrance. So really grateful that I've been able to get 3 wonderful fragrances to be featured in ScentClub Kit number 4. And again, we're dropping not only 25 more, but we're probably dropping about 50 more kits, so maybe a little more than that. I can't I don't know how many bottles that they've prepped for the kits. In the future, I think I'm gonna have to mention to them that not to you know, bottle up so many, because there was a bit of a miscommunication. I think we're going to increase the amount to 425 for the next kit, but we'll drop 400 at first and then save another 25 for later. But also, again, take advantage of the international shipping now. It's not the high prices that we had set up for kits 1 through 3 to be shipped to Australia, Canada, and although I think Canada was not necessarily priority. So look for that, but also I think it was UK as well. But now we're shipping to a lot more countries and so forth. So if you guys have been wanting a ScentClub kit, you can take advantage of these kits now. Then the fulfillment company that's doing the kits will be able to ship them to you. Lastly, it's taking us a little long to figure out subscriptions. I know a lot of you have been asking me to set up subscriptions, and subscriptions are a bit confusing for this particular scenario of ScentClub. Typically I do some subscriptions and of course, like coffee, I subscribe and they send me coffee every certain amount of time. I do have a few subscriptions on Amazon as well, but it's usually for the same product. So if we set you up with a subscription, you're going to be receiving a new kit every time, not the same thing over and over again. So there's been a little bit of a complication with the subscriptions, but hopefully by kit number 5 we could have that all figured out and set up as well. So stay tuned for all that. And again, a bit of a clue with kit number 5, we've got a green spring floral, we've got a beautiful aromatic gourmand tea fragrance, and then we've got this beautiful amber fougere fragrance as well. So stay tuned for those that kit number 5 to drop. And if you have any questions about this particular kit, do let me know. I hope you're enjoying the fragrances that you ended up with kit number 5, and let me know your thoughts and which ones are your favorites. Put a comment down below so I can find out. But either way, guys, take advantage of the kit number 4 before it completely sells out. It will sell out like the last kits, and we'll be moving on to kit number 5. Anyway, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video, please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.